Hello students, good afternoon. Previously we have finished our unit 1 exercise. Today we are going to discuss a poem, a house, a home, and later we will discuss unit 2 story. Okay. So let's begin with a house, a home. Okay. So you might be know the difference between a house and a home. Home means where families are staying, loving families are staying together. But a house is a building, right? It's one kind of a building or structure of made up of bricks and cement and all of the things. Chimney is there, right? So that we call it as a house. But what we call it as a home, when the loving family is staying together, that we call it as a home, right? So let's discuss the poem. I will read one, then I will explain it to you. Okay, let me read it. What is a house? It's brick and stone and wood that's hard, some window glass and perhaps a yard. Its eaves and chimneys and tile floors and the stucco and roof and lots of doors. What is a home? It's a loving and family and doing for others. It's brothers and sisters and fathers and mothers. It's unselfish acts and kindly sharing and showing your loved ones you are always caring. So now let me explain it. What is a house? Think about it. I will explain. You might have come with something, right? So house is made up of bricks and stone. Woods that hard. House is made up of bricks, stones, and hard wood. All three things will be used to prepare a house. If you have seen the building construction or any house construction, uh, right? So you see there will be bricks will be there and stones will be there and hardwood also they will do use for furniture or something like that, right? So all of this thing will be there to make a house, right? Some window, glass, and perhaps a yard. So window glass will be there to fit that glass in a window glass will be there and perhaps a yard. So there may be possibility that there will be some yard. Okay, in some house it may not be there, but most of the house has some yard. It's eaves and chimneys and tiles floors, right? Eaves means when if you have seen the construction, so some of the part of the building will be little outside. Okay, if I can show you here, I will show you. Let me try to do that one. Yeah, here I can do. So if you see your home, you might have seen this kind of somewhat outside portion, right? See, this type of corner is there. Okay, this type of corner, this type of corner will be there, that we call it as a is. Okay, so I have wrote the meaning for your understanding what it is. Let me show you. That is means the part of the roof that meets or overhang the wall of the building. I show you the corner, right? So if you ever seen in your home in a village, mostly it will be like that way, that roof part is little bit overhanging from the building wall, right? In your also as you see, some of the part of your roof will be little bit outside from your building wall, right? So that we call it as a eaves. Okay, so it has eaves and chimneys also will be there. Chimney, I think you know the probably from where air will come outside from the home, right? And tiles, tile floors, or floor you see there will be tile, right? And stucco and roof, and lots of door. So there is a roof, lots of door also in there, and stucco means fine plaster used for coating wall surface. So when bricks will be properly layered, properly after laying the bricks properly, we will put some sand and cement mixture, right, on that bricks layer properly, and we will give perfect smooth finishing, right? That we call it as a plaster, that is a fine plaster, and that we call it as a stucco. Okay, so eaves and stucco are a word will be difficult for you, so I have explained it. So that we call it as a house. So house is made up of this brick, stone, wood, window glass, yard, and there will be eaves, chimney, tile floor, stucco, roof, lots of doors. Okay, lots of doors. So with that it will be prepared. But let's see, what is the home? Home will be the loving family and doing others. Like family will be there, which they will love to each other and doing goods for other, brother and sister, father and mother. So in a family, whatever, who are the member will be there, brother, mother, father and sister, right? So all will be there, and they will do unselfish, they will not be selfish to each other, they will be unselfish, right? And kind, they will be very kind, very good and polite, and they will share the loves, right? They will love each other, right? And always care for us, like your mother will be, your father will be, or your brother or sister will be caring for you, right? So in a home, home is where loving family is staying, that is the loving family. And in the member of family, brother, mother, sister, father will be there, and they will act as a unselfish, and they will share their love, right? And they will always carry to each other. So who wrote this poem? That is Lauren M. Hulley. Who wrote this poem? Lauren M. Hulley, right? Okay, so this is important, you need to remember the who wrote the poem. So that is Lauren M. Hulley. Okay, so let's see this a home, a house. That is our unit test exercise. In our unit test exam, I will ask from this also. Okay, so be prepared for this. A house, a home. I will not ask from unit 2, only from unit 1. So it includes a house, a home. Okay, so let's see the exercise. Do you agree with what the poet says? Talk to your parents and complete this sentence. So actually poet has said something about in our poem, for a house and for a home, right? So are you agreeing with that? Yes or no? You give your answer, talk with your parents, and then you give your answer. So here I will give the answer, my answer. So this is our exercise, and a house is made up of brick, stone, cement, hardwood, window glass, and a yard. That is right. It has house. What are the things has the house? That is chimney, tile floors, stucco, roof, and lots of doors. So house is made up of brick, stone, cement, hardwood, window glass, and yard. And it has a eaves, chimney, tile floors, stucco, roof, and lots of doors. Right. So this already we have seen in the poem. And the third is a home is made by family members. Who made the home? Family members made the home. And it is an unselfish act, sharing and caring for the loved ones. So they are how home is made by family members, and they act as a unselfish, sharing and caring for the loved one. It has a unselfish act, sharing and caring for the loved ones. Okay. So they love each other. So that is the difference between house and a home. And the next exercise is now complete the sentence about your house and your home. So here what you need to write, you need to write about your home and your house. That you can write, my house is made up of a cement bricks. It has a good, well and good furniture, kitchen, with lots of window doors. That you can write, and you need to write about your home. So in my home, there is a mother, father, and my elder brother, and my brother-in-law is there, and also my wife is there. And then you can write, we love to love each other and we care for each other. That you can write. So you need to write about your house and your home. Okay, so this exercise you can do. I think so. That is not difficult at all. Okay, so we have finished our exercise. So here lengthy process there. So your son is still going to college. A man remarked to another, what is he going to be when he finally graduates? Replied the second, old. Right. So here what is there? Two person are conversation is going on. So first person asks that your son is still going to college, right? So that person asks to another person. So what is going to be when he finally graduates? So that person again asks that for second person that what is going to be when he finally graduates. So the second person replies that old. He didn't give the clear answer that he is going to be aeronautical engineer, mechanical engineer, or a CA or something, right? Chartered account, yeah, bachelor of BCom, right? So BCA, those are degrees. What he is going to be do? He had no reply. He just replied that he is going to be old. That's it. So that we need to understand here that we should answer properly. We should not answer the rudely, right? Old. That is not a proper way to answer any person, right? You should answer that my son is going to be like a chemical engineer. That way, properly answer should give, not like this way roughly. Okay. So here we have finished our unit one, poem and story. So today we will discuss our second story unit, how dog find his master. Okay, so before we start that point, you know that in our home, or you might have seen some people are taking care of a dogs, right? They take one dog, right. They do feeding to that dog, and they will go for roaming also with that dog, right? You might have seen. Then that dog as a master, that is the people who is taking care of that dog, right? So how that dog got his master, how people are taking care of the dog, right? So that we are going to discuss in our unit 2. So let me show you our unit 2. Yeah, you know that before we start, we will read this. You know that you may know that the dog and the wolf are closely related, right? Dog and wolf as the same type of species, right? But different nature. You may also know something about how over the century human beings have domesticated and tamed wild animal. So you know that how human has domesticated. Domesticated means taking care of that animal, right? Tamed animal. That means tamed means the animal which is not doing harm to the people. I might have wrote the meaning of it. Tame is not dangerous or frightened of people. Not dangerous or frightened to a people, right? So that is a tamed wild animal. It is wild but not harmful. That kind of animal we have people have domesticated. Domesticated means taking care of something, right? We are dog is you are taking care of dog, right? That is tamed and kept as a pet. Dog you are taking care as a pet, right? You are considering dog as your pet, right? So that is the meaning of a domesticated. So I will write meaning here for your understanding. I forgot to write it. Okay, I will write it now. Domesticated. What is the meaning? That is tame. Tame meaning already right. Tame and kept as a pet. Okay, domesticated means tame and kept as a pet. So how? Over the century we are doing this, right? So here is a story about how the dog became a tame animal. How our dog is became this pet animal. How it became. So that is our story. So let's discuss it. I will first read it and I will explain it. Dogs were once their own masters and lived the way wolves do, in freedom. Until a dog was born who was ill pleased with his way of life. He was sick and tired of wandering about by himself, looking for food and being frightened of those who were stronger than he. So here, initially what was there? The dog were once their own master. So those dogs don't have any master. In a long ago, dogs they don't have a master and lived the way wolves do. Wolves means wolf. Single form of wolf. If single wolf is there, what we call it is a wolf. If multiple are there, more than one is there, then we will call it as a wolves, right? Plural form. Lived the way wolves do. So wolves were staying as a wild animal and they are harmful also. So that way they used to do. But and freedom. There is no restriction. They are living the freedom. Okay. Until a dog was born who was ill pleased. Okay. So one dog has born and who is ill pleased. Here ill pleased is the new word with this way of life. So his ill pleased meaning is given here. Old fashioned way of saying not happy. Ill pleased means not happy. Okay, so the dog was not happy with the life dog used to live, like a freedom and a wild animal, right? So that ill pleased that dog, the dog who born recently, that dog don't like that life. It don't like that life. He was sick and tired of wandering about by himself, looking for food and being frightened of those who are stronger than he. So what was that? He was sick. He was not feeling well about and tired. He was not feeling well and fully tired. Why he was tired? Because why it was tired? Because of wandering about by himself. It needs to wander one place to another and looking for food, right? He will not. It will not get a direct food. Dog will not get a direct food, right? They need to wander one place to another for food, and they need to scare. Frightened means scare, afraid of, right? So they need to afraid of those who are stronger than he. So those who are stronger than that dog need to afraid from them, right? So that dog don't like this thing. He is not liking this thing. Okay. So he thought it over and decided that the best thing for him to do was to become the servant of one who was stronger than anyone on earth. And he set out to find such a master. So what he thought, what the dog has thought, the dog has thought that he thought it over and decided that the best thing for him to do was to become the servant of one who was stronger than anyone on earth. And he set out to find such a master. So he thought that if I will become a servant of any stronger than me, stronger than whole earth, the animal or the people, anyone who is stronger than that dog, he wants to be servant of that person or animal, anything. Okay. So he decided to go search for his master. What he decided? He decided to search for his master. He walked and he met a kinsman of his, a big wolf who was stronger as he was fierce. Okay. Where are you going, dog? The wolf asked. The wolf asked. I am looking for someone to take up a service with. Would you like to be my master, wolf? I don't see why not, the wolf said, and this agreed upon. The two of them went on together. So, what happens? He walked and walked, and he met a kinsman of his, a big wolf who was as strong as he was fierce. Kinsman's means here, kinsman is a new word, and fierce also a new word. So, let's understand the two meaning first. Kinsman is a relative, old fashioned word for a relative. So mostly for relative we use kinsman. See, wolf and dog are in a like same kind, right? So that we can say as a kinsman because they are almost same type. So it is a one kind of relative to dog, right? Relation of a dog. And fierce means violent. We know that frightening. So we know that wolves are frightening, right? They are violent. They eat people. They harm the people, right? So the dog walked and met this kinsman, that is big wolf, and everyone fears with that wolf, right? So that wolf asked to that dog, "Where are you going, dog?" The wolf asked, right? So where are you going, dog? The wolf asked. So the dog replied now to wolf that I am looking for someone to take up service with. Would you like to be my master, wolf? So the dog asked to take him as a servant, right? The dog asked to wolf that can you be my master, will you be my master, like that way. That dog asked to wolf that I am looking for someone take up service with, so I want to serve you. Will you be my master? Would you like to be my master? Like that way the dog asked to the wolf. So that wolf replied, I don't see why not, the wolf said, and this agreed upon. The two of them went on together. So that wolf said, I don't see any problem. I don't see why not. You can be my servant. So they both agreed and they walked together. 4. They walked and they walked, and all of a sudden the wolf lifted his nose, sniffed, darted quickly off the path and into the bushes and crept deeper into the forest. The dog was much surprised. What's come over you, master? He asked. What has frightened you so? Can't you see there is a bear out there, and he might eat up both us, you and me? So here the new word came, that is dart, right? What the new word came? Here we forgot one word, that is take up service. Okay, this is take up service with. That is meaning become the servant of. I have already explained, but I haven't marked here. That is become the servant of. Then they walked and walked. So both wolf and dog are walking, and suddenly what? Wolf lifted his nose. So wolf has tried to sniffing by his nose, sniffed, right? So smelling the different smell. That means sniff. And darted. Darted means moved quickly, suddenly. Okay, suddenly we are doing something, that is darted quickly off the path and into the bushes and crept deeper into the forest. What that wolf did, that he moved quickly, okay, into the forest. So that because he was scared, this wolf moved to the hide hide something somewhere, okay, quickly of the path. The path they were going, they moved in from that path and crept deeper into the forest. They moved deeper into the forest. Okay, slowly, that is crept means slowly, without making any noise, they moved into the forest. So dog was surprised how wolf can be scared, how wolf can frighten. So he asked to that wolf, "What's come over you, master?" He asked, "What has frightened you so?" So the dog asked to the wolf that what came over you, master? Why you are frightening? Why you are frightened? So that wolf replied, "Can't you see there is a bear out there and he might eat up both of us, you and me?" So that wolf replied, "There is a bear is hidden there, and that bear will eat both of us. So that's why I am hiding. That's why we are hiding." So seeing that the bear was stronger than the wolf, the dog decided to take up service with him, and he left the wolf and asked the bear to be his master. The bear agreed to this readily and said, "Let us go and find a herd of the cows. I will kill a cows and then we can both eat our fill." Okay, so here we have seen the come over you. One word was there, come over you. That means affected you. That I already did. He got scared, but what affected? Something is affected, right? So that is we call it as a come over you. So seeing that bear was stronger than the wolf. So from here we can see that bear is stronger than wolf, right? So bear are strong than wolf. The dog decided to make up service with him. So now dog wants to be servant of that bear, and he left the wolf. So he left the wolf and asked that bear that, "Can you be my master?" So that asked the bear to be his master. So can you be my master, like that way? Somewhat he asked. Then bear agreed to his readily. That bear agrees with that. Okay, you can be my servant. Like that way, he replied, "Let's us go and find herd of cows." And what that bear says, "Let us go and find a herd of cows. I will kill a cows and then we can both eat our fills." You see, this bear is there, and now the dog is servant of that bear, and you see they are going for that cow to kill that cow, and they can eat that as a food. Okay, so that's what they plan. "Let us go and find a herd of cows. I will kill a cow and then we can both eat our fill." Then they walked on and soon saw a herd of cows, but just as they were about to terrible noise, the cows were mooing loudly and running in a panic in all directions. Okay, what happens here? That they walked soon saw a herd of cows. As soon as they heard of the cows, herd means a group of a cow, right? That herd means one kind of a group of a cows. But just as they were about to come up to it, they were stopped by a terrible noise. They were about to go to kill one cow, but suddenly some noise came. Okay, they were stopped by terrible noise. There was some terrible noise. So the were moving loudly and running in a panic in all direction. Panic means in a tension. When you have tension, that we call it as a panic situation, right? So that we call it as a panic. Panic means tension. So all of the cow are in a panic and they are mooning loudly. So they are making a voice uh, in any direction. It means mooning means like aimless manner. There is no direction. Wherever they find the path, they will run. Like that way, all cow are running, right? Like we are in a school, but suddenly lunch break comes, all we are running in any direction, right? You might do this thing. That is called a mooning, mooing. Okay, that we call it as a mooing. We are mooing. The cows were mooing loudly and running. They are making noise and they are mooing and running in a panic in all directions. So they are running in all direction. The bear looked out from behind a tree. So that bear was standing near the tree and looked out. You see here? Yeah, near the tree it is he is standing and looking out. And then he too ran hastily deeper into the forest. Now why did I have to come here? Said he to the dog. It is the lion who rules the forest in these parts. The lion? Who is he? Don't you know he is the strongest beast on earth? Well, then I will say goodbye to you, bear. I want a master who is stronger than anyone on earth. So, what happens here? The bear looked out from that tree and checked who roared that means who made that terrible noise. So that bear saw something, and then it too ran hastily deeper into the forest. Okay, so hastily means you might know hastily means with excessive speed, very fast, speedy, right? So that bear speedily moved into the forest and hid somewhere like that way. So the dog asked, sorry, that bear again says that now why did I have to come here? Said he to the dog. It is the lion who rules the forest in this part. So bear said to that dog that why I came this place, why I came to that for the cow, because I should not come there. It is the lion who rules the forest in this part. So in that part, lion was ruling the right. So lion was ruling that region part. That is the part of a jungle, one region of the jungle where lion was ruling that part. So the lion who is right. So the dog asked the lion, who is he? I don't know. So the dog asked to that bear, who is the lion? I don't know. So that bear replies, don't you know he is the strongest beast on earth? So that bear says to that dog that lion is the strongest beast on earth. Lion is stronger than every other creature. Okay. So the dog replies, well then, I will say goodbye to you, bear. I want a master who is stronger than anyone on earth. So that dog said goodbye to bear. Okay, I am leaving you. I want a master who is stronger than anyone on earth. In a world, the thing is strong, the creature is strong. I want him to be my master. Like that way he told. And of the dog went to ask the lion to be his master. The lion agreed to it, and the dog stayed with him and served him for a long, long time. It was a good life, and he had nothing to complain of, for there was no stronger beast in the forest than the lion, and no one dared touch the dog or offend him anyway. Okay, so now what happened here? That the dog left the bear and he went to meet the lion and asked him to be his master. Okay, so that dog asked lion to be his master. So lion also says, okay, you can be my servant. Okay, and the dog stayed with him. After that, dog is started to serve the lion. There was a good life with dog, and he had nothing to complain of. Okay, long he served that lion, and there was no complaint at all. No one was strong. There was no strong beast in the forest than the lion. So there in a jungle, no one in the forest, no one is a stronger than that lion. Okay, no beast, no creature are stronger than lion. No one dared to touch the dog and offend him anyway. Dare means to be brave enough to do something. No one can scare. No one can scare. That we call it as a dare, right? Daring. So no one can do to anything to dog, and offend means any offense, the dog might have stole my this, that kind of offense also no one can do. So that much was the dog power now. Okay, so because of lion, because he was serving the lion, so no one was dare to touch that dog and no one offend him anyway. Okay, but now what happened? One day, the two of them were walking side by side along a path that ran aimed bare cliff when all of a sudden the lion stopped. Okay, the lion stopped. He gave a great roar and struck the ground angrily with his paw with such force that a hole formed there. Then he began to back away very quietly. What is it, master? Is anything wrong? Asked the dog, surprised. I smell a man coming this way. The lion said, we had better run for it or we will be in trouble. Oh, well, then I will say goodbye to you, lion. I want a master who is stronger than anyone on earth. So, what happened? One day they were going in side by side, like both are walking parallelly together. So, what happened? Along a path that ran amid bare cliff. Cliff means a steep, high rock. Okay, a steep and high rock, often at the edge of a sea. One steep, high rock they were climbing, and suddenly lion stopped that place. And he gave a great roar and struck the ground angrily with his paw. What happened? Then what that lion did? That he roared loudly, and angrily he take his paw and angrily struck to the ground. He makes loud noise with that, and such a force that a hole formed there. So when, see, if sand is there, you put your palm there, there will be palm shape hole will be there, right? So similar way, that lion has put his paw with very force to the ground, so it struck and made one hole there. Then he began to back away very quietly. So then that lion has started to move quietly without making any noise. What is it, master? Is anything wrong? Asked the dog, surprised. So surprisingly, with surprise, he asked to the lion, what happened, master? What's wrong? Right? We ask, what is wrong with you? Like that way. What's wrong happened? That way he asked. Then lion replied, I smell a man coming this way. The lion said, we had better run for it or we will be in trouble. So that lion says, I am smelling that man is coming from that side. We should run from this place, otherwise we will get some trouble. Otherwise we will get trouble. They can beat us. Like that way, that lion said to dog. Then dog replied, oh well, then I will say goodbye to you, lion. I want a master who is stronger than anyone on earth. So dog wanted who is stronger than anyone else in earth, right? So that dog said to lion that, okay, goodbye, I am not serving you more, you are not my master, I will go to the who is stronger than you. Like that way he said and go, I want a master who is stronger than anyone on earth, so I will say goodbye to you. Then and up the dog went to join the man, and he stayed with him and served him faithfully. This happened long, long ago, but so to this day the dog is a man mostly loyal servant and no other masters. Okay, knows no other master. So what happens after that? And the dog went to join the man, and he stayed with him. So after that, the dog asked to that man to be his servant and stayed with him, and he served faithfully with loyalty. Loyalty means loyal means without doing anything wrong. Okay, and this happened long, long ago. Long, long ago. This story, this scene has happened long time before. But to this day, the dog is man's most loyal servant. So you see, nowadays, dog is a most loyal servant to the men's, right? And knows no other master. After that, there is no other master to the dog. Only the men are the master to the dogs. Okay. So in a story, you see, Finally, how we came to domesticated the animals. Okay, this is the story. From this, we found that how dog become a domesticated animal, that is a pet animal. So we have understood the story. Okay, so this how we should be faithful to everyone. In a story, we understood that we should be faithful to every people, or every we should loyal to everyone. Okay, you see, the dog are loyal to the man, so we should also be the loyal to everyone. We should not do any wrong thing to anyone. Okay, that we have learned here. So in the next class, we will do the exercise of it, and we will see the unit 2 poem also. And lastly, we will see end of the class, that is our spelling words. Right? We should learn every class spelling words 10 10. So first one is accept. It means I accept the challenge, you say, right? So what is the accept? You are say yes. Whenever you say yes, it means accepting. Say yes to consent to receive or undertake. Okay, it means you understood, or you are taking, you are saying yes to that thing. Then second is accidentally, by chance. Something you might have forgot your book at your home unknowingly. You don't know you forgot, but by chance you forgot. That is accidentally. So accept means say yes to, accidentally means by chance, acquire means buy or obtain. I acquire the mobile phone. I buy a mobile phone. Acquire means you are the owner of that thing. You acquire that thing. So acquire means buy or obtain. Ambulance. Ambulance, you see, you might have seen on road that ambulance is taking a sick people, right? So a vehicle equipped for taking a sick or injured people. That vehicle we call it as an ambulance. You might have visited a hospital, you see there is a van which equipped with medical instrument, that we call it as an ambulance. Ancient. Ancient means belonging to the very distant past and no longer in existence. So belonging to very distant past. So many years ago, too old. Historical things we call it as ancient. Our Taj Mahal is a historical, that is ancient, right? Khajuraho is there, right? Those are ancient place. Those are a historical place. So we call it as an ancient. Appearance. Appearance means the way it looks, the way that someone or something looks. Like you are a well dressed, right? So your appearance is very good. Correct. I can say that your appearance is very good because you are in a well uniform way. You are in a well formed way. So that is the meaning of appearance, the way it looks, the way something or someone looks. Appointment. So if you want to meet a principal, what you do, you will fix some time and day, right? Like I will go to meet the principal on Thursday 3 o'clock in afternoon, 3 p.m., right? So I have booked that time. So you are arranging something to meet someone, right? So I arranged to time to meet a principal. So similar way, an arrangement to meet someone at a particular time and place, that we call it as a appointment. When you are arranging something, meeting to someone, that is arrangement, that we call it as a appointment. Arithmetic, you might have heard in mathematics arithmetic point, right? So the number of use of numbers, 1 2 3 4, those use of those number in a counting or calculation, some different kind of calculation, or in a count like addition, subtraction also you can use. So that we call it as a arithmetic. That portion we call it as a arithmetic. That is a math, some kind of a portion. Audience. So you might have watched TV games, sport cricket in a TV, right? You usually watch those things, right? So you will be the audience of that match. The stadium also people are watching in the match, right? So those are audience. And a stage performance is there, so there also people are watching the stage performance, so people are will be the audience. The people who watch or listen to television or radio program or live program also we can say. And autumn is a season between summer and winter. And winter and summer, in between there is one season which we call it as autumn. That season we call it as a autumn. Okay, so these are the 10 spelling words you need to understand and write down 5 times. And please be prepare your notebook.
Please keep your notebook prepared with all exercise written in there, because it is very important to keep the notebook proper manner, because that will give you marks in from school. And okay, okay, so be make sure your notebook is well and prepared. I hope you do that one. So today we have understood the unit 2 and unit 1 poem. In the next class we will discuss unit 2 exercise and unit 2 poem also, and new 10 words. So prepare the exercise, write this in your notebook, and in a book if space is there. Okay, and if you have any doubt in any word, you can write down with this space given here. You can write down the spelling you have doubt and find the meaning in a dictionary. If you don't understand, you can ask me. Okay, student. So today we will end this lecture. In next lecture we will discuss the exercise. Okay, thank you.